Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today, I'm going to share with you guys a quick update on one of the prophetic investments from the prophet Clement called BBB, which is also known as Brixton Metals, which is a precious metal mining company. Now, I am pretty excited about this, but to me also this is like our final warning because we are expecting a lot of things to happen within the wealth transfer, and I believe that some of these investments are getting ready to take off, and BBB Brixton Metals has been one of those prophetic investments that I have bought over time. And currently right now it's pretty cheap, but what I'm going to do, because there is a lot of newer people that don't know who Clement is, and I'm going to share the video of what he said, and then kind of share a little bit and touch on some of the research that I've done. But you can always go to thehouseofdestiny.org/prophecy, and you can take a look at the prophetic database. And this is what I like about Clement. When I do my research and I hear other prophecies from other people, and this is one of the things I do. I go here and I try to cross-check it. If I'm trying to research any of the events that are going on today, I come here and I look at the prophecies and try to do research to confirm what I'm hearing. One of the other things about Clement is that he talked about the 8 financial wells, right? And out of the 8, we've identified about 4. But he also has a lot of other prophecies that are not part of the 8 financial wells, right? Some of the other 8 wells are prophecies dealing with investing in technology that is not here yet, or has manifested itself or become available to invest in at this time. So here, this prophecy came from March 13th, 2013. So we are 9 years into this prophecy, and there's a lot of prophecies concerning gold and silver, and a lot of financial experts, they even say, look, I'm not investing in physical gold, but I'm actually investing in precious metal companies, because you're going to make a lot more money investing in some of the more successful mining companies as opposed to investing in gold. Also too, if you do want to know more about some of the things that Clement said, I've did a lot of videos on some of the prophecies, probably more than anybody else, as far as hitting all these different prophecies and trying to keep people updated. But all you have to do is just go to my video section on my channel and type in Clement, and you're going to see a lot of different prophecies and things that I have discussed over the years concerning different Clement prophecies. So that's all you have to do, and there's a lot to go over. If you remember, we got synchrotron. I've discussed some of his fulfilled prophecies, right? The dinar, hoovering cars, energy sources, things that we'll discover on other planets, ludicrous speed, and fire pointee. So that's basically all you have to do, is type in the name in the video section and click enter, and all these videos will pull up. So let's go ahead and play the video from Clement back from 2013.
It's rightfully so. But the other day I was praying, and for those that don't know me, very seldom do I listen to the news. My wife will tell you, my family will tell you, I'm clueless most of the time. And that's because I choose to do that, so that if I hear something, it's fresh. I heard something the other day as well, BBB, and I said to her, can you make it a little bit clearer? People must invest. That's one of the things they should invest in. Well, I feel like he's holding it back because you have to search it out yourself. Imagine if I told you, well, you need to invest in such and such a thing, market, and it didn't work out for you. You could turn around and take me to court or whatever. I think that could be one of the reasons. The other reason is probably that God would like you to search it out for yourself and find out. BBB. And then there's another thing, was where Apple will start losing its influence, and another phone or system will come forth. Keep your eyes open there. You can see I'm stuttering and stumbling because I don't really know, but the Lord speaks to him, what do they call it, murmuring lips, or not murmuring, stuttering lips. But I'm saying, what's that? Stammering lips. Meaning that you take it, you pray about it. God wants to give his people millions of dollars and even billions of dollars. It's not impossible.
So you heard the prophetic word. He actually talks about 2 different prophecies within that short clip. But one of the things that I like about this is, like he says, he seldom listens to the news so he can hear something fresh. Nowadays, you hear whether it's prophets or dreamers or whatever the case, they do read a lot of news. If people are prophets or dreamers and you're trying to get a word from God about the wealth transfer, one of the things to do is stop listening to the news and separate yourself. The other thing that he said was that God was holding it back and to research it out. And so in relating to what he was saying about Apple, he was saying Apple was going to lose its influence. I've done videos on that too. And I believe now that the number one company that could compete with Apple, where Apple loses its influence, is that if Tesla comes out with a phone system, right? There's a lot of anticipation with that. And because of who he is, and he can have a lot of influence by bringing out another phone system. So you guys can do the research on that. In the research and doing BBB, because he talked about researching it, and God was holding it back. Right now, he said BBB. He didn't say any other letters with BBB. Doing the research, there's some companies that have the letters BBB in it, but these are not it, right? And I looked in the different various markets, not just in the U.S. market, but I looked in other markets all around the world. And, people have either challenged me or they believe that it's some of these others. And I keep going back to, he didn't say BBB in another letter, like some of these you see here, BBBT, BBBK, BBBY, BBBXF, Brixton Metals, and BBBMF, Huntsman Exploration. All right, so now you see Brixton Metals in there, right? So you're like, okay, well, what's going on if he only said BBB? One of the things that people don't realize is that in the Toronto Stock Exchange, right, where there's a lot of OTC stocks, right, and the only conclusion that I could come to after doing just tons of research is Brixton Metals, because in the Toronto stock market, it's listed as BBB, right? So he didn't give any other letters, BBBY, BBBT, or anything like that. And the other thing about this is, even though it's listed in the United States as BBBXF, when you go to other companies, like the Huntsman Exploration, they're actually a different letter in the Toronto Stock Exchange. And so narrowing it down, with help from other people, we put this together, and it's BBB Brixton Metals. Here in the United States, it's listed as BBBXF. If you trade normally in the Toronto Stock Exchange, you normally would just type in BBB. If you're trading in the United States, you would be putting it in as BBBXF. So currently, right now, Brixton Metals is currently sitting at 13 cents. And I want to go ahead now and getting into the news. And this is one of the reasons why I think that we are in the final stretch when it concerns Brixton Metals. And they just released on yesterday in this tweet, Brixton Metals says, visible gold at the Trapper Target. Now, the Trapper Target is a mining area which they're mining in for gold. And they've discovered visible gold at the Trapper Target. And so I've tried to study myself about precious metals and how mining works and all that. And it is a lot more difficult than studying the oil industry and drilling. But I do believe that since this is a prophetic stock, that it is going to rise dramatically up in value. Going on a run, they find a massive deposit of gold or maybe some other precious metal. All right, so currently I am on their website. You can see all the information up here as far as the BBB. And then also I do encourage people to follow them on Twitter. And you can also take a look at all the recent news and you can see all the different projects they have. And as I said before, I don't really understand when they put out information as far as like what the results are at this mining site. But one of the things is at some point, I believe right? That this is going to be huge as far as they're going to find something or something that's going to cause Brixton Metals to skyrocket. So you can go through, you do your own research, folks. So I'm not telling you to invest. I'm just saying do your research if you plan on to. And this is just an update for those of you who already own BBBXF. People are going to ask, where do I purchase my BBBXF? So the cheapest place to do it is Fidelity. Fidelity does not charge you like Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade as far as trading OTC stocks. The only kick is when you're trading OTC stocks, when you deposit money, it takes about 3 days for your funds to clear to be able to purchase OTC stocks. Let's just say you were going to purchase, a stock that's in the Dow. When you do a transfer from your bank, they allow you to use that money right away to trade the stock. When it comes to OTC stocks, you actually have to wait about 3 days. Now, Fidelity has taken 5 days for my deposit to completely go through, and sometimes it's happened in 2 days, and then I was able to trade it. But it can take up to 5 days before you can actually use those funds to make your purchase of OTC stocks. So with Brixton Metals sitting around 13 cents, and it's low, actually hit 0.084. And when it got down that low, I actually picked up some more Brixton Metals, right? And that's why I say, whatever investments that you're in, make sure you're adding those alerts to your phone so you can see when the price makes movements and you can see that it's moving down. You can take advantage of it and then you can stock up on some more stocks, or if you're swing trading it. So yeah, this is very good news. I'm excited and we're heading in the right direction. And one day at some point, God is not going to hold this back anymore. As Kim Clement said, that, God is holding it back. So it might be very well that they might find a large gold deposit which is going to cause the stock to rise. Or I've actually even said this, because in my own tweet, when I saw the news, and I said, the future of money is precious metal-backed physical and digital currency. Don't be surprised in the future if BBB Brixton Metals partners with crypto projects or other financial entities. One of the major steps was AMC partnering up with a gold mine company, right? And there's been some other news relating to similar things dealing with that, but with cryptocurrency. Right? So I do believe that at some point, it could happen that a company comes along and wants to partner with BBBXF, and then it takes off from there, and it could be a major corporation. So folks, that's really all that I have for today. So pray about it, see what God shares with you. Might not be for you. We have so many prophetic investments, and there's people that are looking for new investments, right? And this could be it. So pray about it, and maybe you will also get a dream or a vision or prophetic word concerning Brixton Metals. So anyways, folks, thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.